Okay guys, this video is in lieu of me opening up my subscriptions on a daily basis and finding things in there that I feel as a member of the tactical community should not be there. So this video is really about me trying to figure out a way to tactfully say what I need to say without bruising people's egos and hurting people's feelings. And as a realist, I know that I'm not able to do that. So I'm just going to say the shit like I want to say it. Okay, so here it is. I know a lot of you are going to be hurt and frustrated by this video, and you're going to probably press the unsubscribe button and say this girl is a crazy, irate, tactical person who's, just losing her mind. And you can press that unsubscribe button as many times as you want. I don't care. As a matter of fact, press it a time or two for me. But I'm going to say what I need to say because it needs to be said. And if you have been following my channel at all, and you're watching this video, you know that I'm a realist and I call things like I see them. I don't sugarcoat things. I don't say that something is one way when it's actually another. I'm a God-fearing lover of Jehovah God and Jesus Christ. And I don't know but one way to do things, and that's the right way. I'm not going to have my video filled with a lot of personal biases and lies, because that's just not me. That's not the very essence of who I am. That's not my spirit. And the God in me would not allow for me to do it. The devil is ever busy and prevalent. And nobody is happy when things like this is going on but the devil and those people that are following him. And because I'm not a follower of anything or anyone, and I would never let anyone lead my soul to the pits of hell, I can say this and say this with conviction. When I open up my subscriptions and I see videos filled with anger, malice, evil intent, frustration, bigotry, prejudiceness, racism, sexism, placism, or whatever you want to call it, it hurts me and it burdens my heart. When I hear you guys talking about Obama being a coward, a loser, a liar, and an antichrist, I think it's ludicrous. You guys give him way too much credit as a human being. You give him just way too much credit. When I open up my videos and I hear you talking about religion, sex, violence, rock and roll, whether or not Hillary Clinton is going to be a good president, I hear you talking about the Tea Party, red and blue, Democrats and Republicans, the right wings, the left wings, the ups, the downs, the ins, the outs. It burdens my heart because honestly, it has no place in the tactical community. And ever so recently, we pull up our subscriptions and there's something about the mass shootings and how they feel about that and how they feel about this. And then recently, Trayvon Martin and George Zimmerman. Whether or not Trayvon Martin deserved to be shot, whether or not he initiated the contact, whether or not he was beating George Zimmerman's ass, and whether or not George Zimmerman had the right to stand his ground and shoot an unarmed 17-year-old kid after he approached him. None of that matters. My opinion about it doesn't matter. And honestly, I don't have an opinion one way or the other because I think that as two older people, George Zimmerman and Trayvon Martin both had a way out. They both could have walked off. And none of this would be going on anyway. So I'm not taking one side one way or the other. And see, that's the God in me. That's the God in me. But you people in the tactical community, and I'm going to say it just like that, you people, and you know who you are. Every time you look up, you're posting a vlog or a blog or a speaking forum about what you feel about something, because for every action, there's an opposite and an equal reaction. So you feel like since there's a lot of rioting going on and people talking shit on YouTube, that you need to join in and jump on the bandwagon and say your piece. You know what? Your piece, honestly, is filled with personal prejudices about how you feel, what you view. Honestly, it has a lot to do with how you grew up, how you were reared, how you, what you think in your heart. It's going to be biased, prejudice. It's going to be one-sided, lopsided. It's never going to be 100% fact-based, which means that it has no place in the tactical community. If you created your tactical channel, your bushcrafting, gardening, animal rearing channel, initially to do exactly that, then I think that you have no right to politic, You have no right to do religion, sex, violence, rock and roll, women's issues. You should be talking about guns and gear. You should be talking about camping, hunting, fishing, gardening, bushcrafting, what kind of foods to buy in case the crap hits the fan, what people should do for self-preservation if something does happen with a natural disaster. That's what our channels was created for, and that's what we should be talking about. And you have an obligation to people that follow you, that watch you, that view you, that listen to you. You have an obligation to be as unbiased and unprejudiced as you possibly can. And I'm noticing that we're not. And it makes me ashamed to be a part of a community that I was so happy to be a part of in the very beginning. I ran into this community, but you guys are making me want to run out. I think that my point of view is very important. And we need an array of people in the community to spread the word about New World Order, about shit hit the fan, about bugging out, about taking care of your own self-preservation. And for me to be a part of a community that is turning so awkwardly in the wrong direction, I'm ashamed. If you're one of those channels that have turned your channel into a vlog or a forum or a blog, and you talk about everything under the sun that is not pertinent to our survival, and it does not matter who you are, where you're from, if you're doing it, you are wrong. You are wrong and you need to stop. If what you're saying in your videos does not directly affect us, and I'm going to say this again, as law-abiding citizens of the United States of America, and it does not affect our rights in some form, shape, or fashion, then it probably shouldn't be discussed on your channel, because your point of view, like I said, is going to be warped. It's going to be biased, going to be filled with a lot of prejudices because of how you feel one way or the other. And you're wrong for that. And what I say to you in a respectful manner is shut up. And if you can't shut up, why don't you step aside and let somebody else take your place that can actually be a true leader, a true person that guides people in the right direction. Why not just step aside? Because I'm sick of opening up my subscriptions and seeing a lot of videos filled with hate, anger, bitterness, malice, personal opinions, personal views, biases, racism. I don't want to see any more racially charged videos. You know, I can't be any more tactful than that, guys. I can't. We're in this together. We should be moving in the same direction, trying to achieve the same goals as one and the other. And if we're not, then we're doing this community a terrible injustice, a terrible disservice. And the laws and the carriage of justice is never going to sway in the right direction if we have everybody going in different directions, saying all kinds of things that are not pertinent to what is going on. If you take God out of the equation, everything is going to fail anyway. If you start acting on your own personal beliefs, it's going to fail anyway. I say, take a good look at the man or woman in the mirror. And if you have anything in your heart that shouldn't be there, I ask that you ask God to remove it, and that you start acting according to the righteousness of the love that is in Christ Jesus, and not whatever is in you. That's all I have to say about it. Thanks for viewing.